That's an NPC in GTA, like the hundreds you see. But have you ever wondered what their lives are like? Today, I'm going to follow different NPCs like pedestrians, taxi drivers, police officers, this drunk guy, and we'll see everything they do throughout the day. We might even discover some secrets. Alright, to start, I suggest we tail a car. For example, let's follow this car here. We'll take advantage of the fact that it's stuck in traffic to follow it for a bit. So, its license plate is 488-BAX430. I don't know why the license plate seems so long to me. I found this site with different American license plate skins. There's none with that many numbers. My little theory is that in GTA, they made the license plates much longer so they wouldn't match real people's plates. Anyway, apparently the car belongs to this lady we'll call Karen. Well, let's get started with the tailing. Of course, a truck cuts me off right away. I have to stay close because if I let her get too far, the car might disappear and I won't find it. Anyway, she really seems to love music, huh? We started following our little Karen on Rockford Hill, and now she's turning onto Morningwood. Just so you know, this is the second time she's turned onto this street. We're passing by this gas station for the second time. Based on her route, she's circled this block multiple times. Is this normal AI behavior? When it doesn't know what to do, does it just circle around? Maybe she noticed I was following and tried to lose me. Don't laugh, I think that's a real strategy. If you think you're being followed, make several right turns to circle back. If the same car is still behind you, you're being followed. I have a private detective background, that's why. But I noticed something. Look, if I check who's in the car, it's not the same person. Where are you, Karen? It's just the idea of culling, not an insult. We discussed it in that video. But the idea is that if you're not looking at a spot in the game, there's no need to render what's outside your view. And my theory is that as soon as I turn my head and stop looking at the car, when I look back at the car, the person inside should have changed. And if I go next to him, look, it's not the same person anymore. Well, I think my theory holds up. I kept following her, and she really makes some weird navigation choices, like why take a detour like that when you could just drive this way? It's much longer. And after a while, I don't know if it's because she noticed me, but she managed to lose me. Okay, let's try a second attempt. And get ready, I'm going to follow this vehicle. I feel like the vehicles are just living their lives in a completely random way. So, here's what I suggest. I looked all over the internet. Normally, a vehicle can hardly go more than 800 kilometers without needing to refuel. So, I suggest we follow this car for 800 kilometers. If it goes over 800 kilometers without refueling, GTA engineers must have found infinite energy. That would be amazing. Let's begin. We started at Chamberlain Hill and are gradually reaching the highway, which is great for me since we'll cover many kilometers there. And we'll get closer to the crucial 800 kilometer mark more quickly. I'll spare you the whole chase and give you the verdict at the end of the video. And while we wait for that, I suggest we follow a random pedestrian now. Like, for example, that guy over there who's on his phone. He doesn't look happy. I might have been in his way. The plan is to follow him as long as possible. Will he go home or get in a car? If so, we'll have to chase him. Let's see what happens. I don't know if there's any chance he realizes I'm following him, yet there's the Rockstar NPC AI, which is known for being really sharp. That's the case, for example, with the NPCs in Red Dead Redemption. We followed him from Rockford Hill until he turned right toward Burton. Normally, it's late afternoon, so maybe he was getting off work, and that got me wondering about something. But do NPCs have a house? Like, if I follow the guy long enough, will he go into a building? Well, I've never seen an NPC go into buildings in GTA. But maybe if you follow them long enough, I don't know. There was even a moment when he tried to throw himself under a car for no reason. I don't get what's going on. The guy is walking right in the middle of the main road. After that, he kept going, half on the highway, and he ended up going into a parking lot. Maybe he's actually getting a car. I've never seen NPCs go into buildings, and seeing them get into cars would really surprise me. In the end, he just walked across the parking lot. It's suspicious to enter a parking lot and come back out. Maybe he's planning a heist. We're in GTA and he's retracing his steps. I think it's the same as with the cars. When I follow NPCs too closely, they end up walking in circles around the blocks. I suggest we try following another NPC, but a bit more discreetly this time. For example, this random alcoholic. Okay, thanks. Right back at you. Honestly, it'd be wild if she actually went into a liquor store. I'm still trying to follow her discreetly so she doesn't notice me. I don't feel like she's doing things as weird as the first person we saw earlier, but I followed her for a good part of the day. And at the end of the street, she turned right onto Wynwood Boulevard. I know there's a convenience store on that street. Maybe she went to buy some more alcohol. She seems to enjoy that. And yeah, no, I really don't think so. Right now, I'm just following her. I haven't been spotted, that's for sure. I made sure to always stay really far away each time. I feel like she's about to walk around the block again, so being discreet may not matter. If I talk to her, will she change her behavior? She's turning around. You walked all that way just for that, seriously. This girl, she's definitely getting her 10,000 steps in. Right, and now I feel like I'm the one who made her turn around. Like she saw me and then turned back. which would mean that the NPCs react to the players. It's not just predefined paths. That gave me an idea. This is the block that the NPC is walking around. She's walking like this. What happens if I walk around the block but in the other direction to try to find her? Normally, in theory, she should be on this street, and she's not here. So maybe she turned back. Well, actually, in reality, the explanation is pretty simple. I think that as soon as an NPC is no longer in my view, it's automatically removed from the game's memory, and that makes a bit of sense. Otherwise, the game would end up lagging a lot if it kept all the NPCs in memory. So what I did is I picked another NPC, and we're going to follow him for 48 hours in the game. So let me introduce Michelle. Hello, I'm Michelle. I'm an NPC in GTA. Right now, he's downtown. And the idea is to see how long he'll walk before going home, if he ever goes home at all. But right now, it's 6 in the morning in the game, and I'm going to follow him for 2 whole days. After that, I'll think of the NPC as pretty superhuman. You have to sleep eventually, Michelle, right? So let's begin. For now, we've been following random NPCs in the game. But there are some who are supposed to have a real job. For example, look, right here, there's a taxi. So it's a guy with a green t-shirt and he doesn't have any customers in the car. And logically, if he's really working as a taxi, well, he should regularly stop to pick up and drop off customers. Alright, let's go, we'll follow him. Right now he's on a highway, so I don't think he's going to pick anyone up. But now he's heading back to the city center. I also got a bit closer. It's just like with the cars, he changed his skin. I continued following the taxi, and I don't feel like he was picking up any customers. And there's a guy here who's trying to overtake me. What are you playing at, bro? Come on, take that. Flipping off other drivers on the road. A, a bad idea. B, something positive. C, a jerk move. Congratulations, you have the code. Well, I followed the taxi for about an hour, and I found an article that says apparently a taxi does about 1 ride per hour worked. So, we can reasonably say that Uber killed taxis in GTA. Well, there's still another experiment I want to try. Here on my phone, I actually have the option to call a taxi. If I call a taxi while next to this one, will it stop for me?
Be with you soon. Thank you.
Yeah, no, here, there's... Okay, it didn't work at all. I tried again a second time just in case he didn't have a signal. Actually, it's just that he doesn't want to work, bro. Oh man, I think he's starting to realize that I'm following him now. Wow, he's really speeding up now. No, wait. Well, I think I wrecked his taxi, bro. Honestly, the interactions with the NPCs are actually pretty well done. He's leaving now. He's leaving. Follow that taxi, sir. Honestly, he really lost me. I feel like the taxi just disappeared. Meanwhile, back with our driver, I followed our friend all along the highway, and at this point, we've done about 50 kilometers. So far, it's still reasonable in terms of distance traveled, and the interesting thing is that night is starting to fall. Maybe we'll finally have an NPC who settles down. But for now, he doesn't really seem like he's planning to take an exit off the highway. Who knows? Maybe he'll just keep driving in circles on the highway. That would be a nightmare. Well, see you in the next 750 kilometers. So, I'm going to change targets, and this time, I'm going to try to follow the living statue. If I go to the beach, look here, there's an NPC who doesn't move. There you go, he's doing his job as a living statue, and what I'm going to do is just keep watching him until he moves. So I found this beach that doesn't look like anything special at all. The standing still record was broken in 2003 at 30 hours. In the game, it's currently 8 in the morning. We'll wait 30 hours to see if our GTA character breaks the world record. Well, spending so many hours on the beach made me want to travel, and I started wondering, is it possible to follow a plane? We're going to answer that question by going to the airport. I couldn't get in directly, so I climbed the fence. Now I'm on the runway, but I shouldn't be here because I instantly have 3 stars. So... can I, for example, get inside this plane that's being loaded? I don't think so. But right behind it, there's a jet, and I think I can get into that one. That's awesome! Can I fly it or not? I think I can fly it. Yeah, this is so cool. But wait, maybe we can try to follow a plane with this. That would be awesome. But how do I take off without a pilot's license? Now I have 3 stars after stealing a plane, and I'm about to get shot down. Okay, here goes. So, is there a plane flying that I could maybe try to follow? No, I don't think so. Well, I scanned the map looking for potential planes to follow, and... yeah, well, you know, once a noob, always a noob, right? Anyway, the point is, following a pilot is dangerous. I still tried again with another plane, a bit smaller. The problem is, I'm much slower than them, and I just can't keep up. Meanwhile, I've got the statue. Yeah, really, fascinating, huh? Well, since I just got out of the hospital after the crash, I thought it might be a good idea to follow an ambulance. Especially since there are rumors that ambulances kill more people than they save by running them over. Chopar! What I can do to check from my phone is call an ambulance. So right now I'm calling it, and normally in a few minutes we should have an ambulance just for us. So just to follow it, I'm going to need a car. Luckily we're in GTA, so that's perfect. And after a few minutes, look who's here. An ambulance is waiting. I don't know how it works in the United States, like if I call an ambulance, do I have to pay? Or is there no one? I mean, what happens? Well, as usual, I'm following the ambulance. We left the hospital and headed toward Innocence Boulevard. And for now, nothing to report. The ambulance hasn't picked up any clients. Well, it's been about 5 minutes now that I've been following the ambulance. But don't mind it, I broke my rear window, it's not my fault. But now, there's this nice lady who's flipping me off. That's not very cool. What? But what is the paramedic doing? What the fuck? I didn't even touch him, bro. But he's beating me up, yeah, so in this case, the reputation of paramedics is totally true. Both of them are coming after me, what the fuck? Maybe they're pissed that I called them for nothing, actually, huh? I'll drive around a bit and see if they end up leaving. I feel like, look, there you go, the railroad crossing is open and they're turning around. Okay, let's go. So I followed them for about 20 minutes and absolutely nothing happened. I think nobody gets hurt in Los Santos, I can't see any other explanation. So, ambulances aren't the most interesting thing, but I think the police might give us some surprises. And that's perfect, because look, right here, there's a police car coming, and it's not even for me. Now, this is actually interesting. I just barely... What the fuck? No way, wait, no, is he dead? Okay, a dead guy. No, he's not dead. Look, he only took one bullet. Okay, they managed to kill the other guy. And honestly, that guy's a warrior. He had blood on him just a second ago, and now there's nothing. Well, I think they managed to kill the bad guys, and then they get back in their car. They don't even file a report or anything, right? Him? Yeah, okay, his buddy just leaves. Well, he ran the guy over. Yeah, no, seriously, that's intense. It's really, they don't seem to be very skilled, huh? No, it's fine, it's fine. He's still making a note of the offense. Roger, it's clear, he ran the red light. The ambulance is coming back. But what's going on? I didn't even know crazy stuff like this could happen in GTA. Like, in the end, the paramedics aren't useless. They're here to confirm the guy's death. My dear T-Bolt, I think we've got a fatality here. You're telling me Roger Pastis after that? Yeah, Pastis. Well, anyway, the cops seem to have done their job. Seriously, this is insane. He abandons his friend, runs over someone, and drives off. Then the paramedics just leave the body. That's a well-run city for you. We kept moving forward until we reached the expressway and not even a kilometer further. Oh, look, the police car is starting a chase. He spun his car around, the car is driving away. And this is seriously so cool. Honestly, I thought nothing was gonna happen. But I feel like police cars are really where the most stuff happens. There, he deliberately cut him off. You know what? I'm gonna help him now. I'll put him behind to test if the car can stop him. If I were him, I'd stop since there's a 50-50 chance the car will kill the guy. The police are handling it well. I'm going to help now. I'm not sure helping him is right since the police officer killed someone in cold blood and acted like it was nothing. Just another day at work. Damn, the car won't stop, huh? Now you're screwed, buddy. I don't see what you can hope for. Well, he's coming out. Well, he's pulling out a gun. Okay, well, yeah, that's right. We're in the United States. No, our friend just got killed. He took a bullet to the head right there. No, but wait. No, this is just crazy. No, but if he isn't dead, I don't get it. Anyway, he avenged the guy the cop killed earlier. Now, you'll see there's something relatively logical. It's that this cop's partner had been killed. So, he really was all alone in the police car. But this thing, it's a taco vendor who comes and shoots at the police car. Yeah, really, it makes no sense at all. If there's one type of vehicle where things really happen, it's police cars. So, I asked myself a question. This is the police station in GTA. I just stood inside. I'm wondering if we'll see any cops respond to a call. Also, there's a guy who parked carelessly right in front of the police station. He clearly isn't worried about being towed. In the end, I waited in front of the police station for 24 hours, but nothing happened. I guess the only active cop was killed during that time. In any case, there's just as much activity on the police side as there is from our living statue. He just moved. It's 5:07, so he hadn't moved for 9 hours and just finished his workday. Still, I'll keep following him to see what he does in his free time. After a while, he sat on a bench and stayed mostly still, just moving his head. That guy has serious mental toughness. Alright, now it's time to see where we are with our driver we've been following for 24 hours. Last time we checked, we were near Great Ocean Highway, and we were 50 kilometers in. I kept following her all night for about 100 kilometers. And honestly, she's a careful driver. Look at the speed she's going. By early morning, after 160 kilometers, I think she was starting to get tired. Because look, what is she doing there? She's driving on the wrong side of the road. The reckless driver. But what is she doing there? We're going to need to call an ambulance, right? Oh look, there's the police. That's amazing. No, but seriously, this is just crazy. There's no way she's going to survive the 800 kilometers. Well, at the same time, if you're driving and you never take a break, normally brakes are mandatory every 2 hours, and if you ever feel stiffness in your neck, it means you're starting to get tired. What's incredible is that her car is completely destroyed and has no front wheels left. She's moving like a turtle. But listen, the goal is still to follow her until she runs out of gas. She kept going up to 4 blocks. It's that little house that's really run down. And after 220 kilometers, she got out of her car and left. I don't know where she went. She went swimming there. I didn't expect that. I thought she'd just keep walking. Apparently, NPC drivers in GTA have a purpose. It's not the same girl from the car now, but I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing? Speaking of losing it, there's also the pedestrian we followed. We left him downtown, and then he started walking in circles at the intersection. It's really weird. Then he went to Vespucci Boulevard, where he stopped at an ATM to withdraw some cash. Honestly, I didn't know NPCs could withdraw money. It's pretty interesting. What do you think? How much does he have on him if I rob him? And then when night fell, he went toward Elling Avenue. Well, clearly my goal is to see the NPC go home. But obviously during the night, he wasn't planning on doing that at all. He spent the night in South Los Santos without spending money, making his ATM withdrawal seem pointless. It's now about 9 o'clock and he's still walking. A few minutes later, what's he doing? Running away. Okay, honestly, I'm glad. Something's finally happening. Maybe he's heading home because he's tired. Damn, I might lose him now. He's really booking it, man. His stamina is insane. In total, our NPC will have walked for 48 hours non-stop. He even ran a few kilometers. And all that adds up to about 92,000 steps. Well done, man. You're in great shape. This idea was both completely stupid and really fun to do. So if you want more GTA videos, you know the drill. Hit the like button, subscribe, the NPC keeps walking. Alright everyone, this was Fuse. Until next time, see you!